Okay, so we just finished establishing our petty cash fund. So what is next?
You set up a cash register to always have at least at the start of each morning five $20 bills for $100, five $10 bills for 50, $25 bills for 100, $50 and or $51 bills for $50 and $10 in coin, equaling $310. And that you also set your store's selling price list, and sales tax is going to be 8.25%.
Okay, so what is this transaction here?
So it's going to be similar to the petty cash situation, right?
Correct.
So our first is going to be to go to the chart of accounts and
Mm-hmm.
see what we have in regards set up for cash register. So cash in register is going to be 10,300.
Good.
And it's going to come out of our checking account, which is going to be 10,100. So cash in register is just going to be what we put. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good. And for what amount?
$310.
$310. So that
Yes,
means
ma'am.
at the very beginning and at the very end, you need to have 310. I mean, in the very beginning, every time you open your store, you need to make sure that you count that you have $310 at every single transaction. But of course, when we start making sales, right? And I will give you a little hint here. All sales are going to be on cash. So no um, possibility of having to replenish the cash register at any given time since my transactions should be in cash. So, with that being said, I've entered in everything here. What is going to be your description?
So is it going to be like cash register till or startup, beginning balance, drawer balance, something like that?
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. So, beginning drawer balance. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And where are we getting this cash from?
Oh, we got to write a, no. Yeah, we have to write a check.
Yes,
So
correct.
I need to go to my check register. And it's going to be 616. And it's going to be for $310. And our payee is just going to be cash register.
Whoever's in charge of the cash register, I believe, did I make Irene in charge of the cash register? Does not say, but I'm going to go ahead and make Irene in charge of the cash register because she is my worker.
Okay.
And she already started working. Remember, we said we set to have her work on the 14th. So she is there. So her job is to take care of the cash register and to make the coffee.
So she would have also probably been the one for the petty cash, right?
For the petty cash, no, because I am going to be the one. Or we are the
Oh,
accountant is going to be in charge of
okay.
the petty cash. Yes. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say Irene is responsible to count the money every day. So
Okay.
Irene Jameson.
Jameson. How could I forget that?
Okay, no worries. All right,
All
Irene
right.
Jameson. Okay, so for this, just remember that, of course, when you on making your notes on your little check, because you know how you have that little area at the bottom left corner is your notes that you're gonna write for this. So that you're gonna actually write that this is for a cash register. But in this case, she's in charge of the cash register, so she's the one that's going to cash this out and put the money in the drawer. So check number 1516.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We reached the end of our journal. There's no way you can add a transaction there, so you don't need to draw the line there. So what comes next?
So now we're gonna follow on our journal, and we are going to go into our ledger, and we're gonna go to the cash in register section under our assets,
Mm-hmm.
which is the third one down. We're gonna put, oh, no, we're gonna put the date. 6/16. And this is where we're going to put that it was like the startup drawer or something?
Sure.
Or is it gonna be for Irene again, or beginning till balance?
Whatever piece of information you find pertinent. So you can even you can list out what is expected to be in the drawer. Because we already know what the amount
there we go,
is.
310. 310. All right.
I meant like you have X amount of dollars.
The breakdown.
The breakdown. You can do that too. But in this case, what do you guys want to put in here? Because the 310 is already going to be reflected in your debits and credits.
I'm gonna put, so I have a question for you
Uh-huh.
on this. At the end of the day, so this is the AM count. Are we gonna come in at the end of the day and record it every day in here with a PM count or an end of day count? Or is this just, like, how often do they count down the drawer?
Well,
Every day, right?
generally, you're supposed to do it every day. You're
Right.
always supposed to start out with at the end of the day. I mean, in the very beginning of the day, right? When you first open the store, you need to count that you make sure that you have $310.
Mm-hmm.
And this amount will never change. Because this is the cash that you're going to use to exchange with your customers as well. So if they give you a $20 bill when their amount is only 15 something, you have to give them change.
Yeah, $4 and change.
Exactly.
I get that, but so at the end of the day, this is not where it's gonna track, like if the drawer's over or under, like we don't have to put anything back in here again unless we put another register with another till, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna just put drawer balance.
Okay.
Or if we take this one out of
Beginning drawer
service, right?
balance.
Say that again, Robin.
If we take this register out of service, we'd have to put that in here then.
Yes.
Only it, right?
Okay.
Yes. If you
Got it.
if you decide to not have cash anymore and you're only a credit card only, then yes, and you want to get rid of this cash register completely, then yes, you have to come back here and take it out.
Do that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, right, you're gonna count up. But obviously, you're doing cash sales, so at the end of the day, you're gonna have more than $310. But what you're gonna do is you're going to separate it, right? Because you need the 310 to do operations the next day, and you're gonna take
Right.
the extra money and put it in your bank. All right, so that's what the rule is here. So because we established amount of money in our cash register, so we can, give change to our customers. This amount will not change unless we're saying, oh, we're not getting enough money, or we're doing more sales now, so we need to up our cash register. But in this case, I established at 310, so it stays at 310. Okay. Good.
Bang. Stop. Sorry.
Okay. I'm also going to also indicate the check number here as well, so we have proof that that there needs to be exactly $310.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then we need to take and we need to go to our checking account
Uh-huh.
and we need to deduct from our account the $310.
Correct.
So 6/16. Check number 1516. General check 5. And it is going to be listed under our credit column, $310,
Correct.
bringing our account balance to $1,489.92.
All right. Good. Okay, so now we're done with we're completely done with general journal number 5. So now we're going to start moving on to our new journal for general journal number 6. What happened next?
Okay, so, um, we have our, you set your store selling price list. Sales
Okay.
tax is 8.25%.
Okay, so when I start selling my items, I have two types of items that I sell. I either sell my medium regular coffee, or I sell my medium supreme coffees. So I actually make coffee in store. I also sell coffee mugs to the public. All right. But I also sell by the pound because I sell it as a wholesaler as well. And Mr. Allen, so Albert, our sales representative, is going to be in charge of making my wholesales for me. Okay, so when you sell at wholesale price, obviously you're going to sell it at a lower price, but in this case, I'm selling it a little upper. But I'm going to sell it at my price, and I'm going to sell it by the pound. And for the cups, though, I'm going to sell it at a lower price than I would sell it to a regular consumer. So that's what my sales is going to represent. So for every for every medium regular coffee is going to be $1.99, and every medium supreme coffee is going to be for $2.49. And every ceramic coffee mug I sell to the public is going to be $6.99. Now, fret you not. I've done the calculation for you. All you need to do is know what accounts to record the amounts. Okay? So, with that being said, what has happened next? So, we completed our transactions for the 16th. So, what happened next on the 17th?
17th, we pay LV Remodeling Company for foundation reinforcement, invoice number 1760, and use a check, post a subsidiary ledger account. Okay, so we're going to pay LV Remodeling.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the journal. Okay, and that will be accounts payable,
Accounts payable.
which is 20,000 account number. And the next one is checking. Okay, so I'm going to see. To see what we owe them for that work.
And where can we find that?
Okay, let's see here. I am gonna look, what's the number, 1760, so I'm looking in the, well, I'm looking in the vendors.
Okay, good. Subsidiary ledger, good.
Mhm.
Under vendors.
And, yeah, for the 1760 is the 1,560.
Okay, so LV remodeling. Here we are for 1760. You owe them Right now, 1560.
So we'll put that in the debit column and then the 1560 in the credit column. Or yes, for checking. And then we have to write the check, or get the check number, I should say. So 617, check number 1517 for $1,560 is for LV remodeling. Okay. So let's go back to the journal, 1517. And then for notes is pay invoice number. Would you put that? Or the, oh, no, the vendor name, right?
Mm-hmm.
LV modeling, invoice number 1760. Check number 1517. Okay. So we're going to go to the ledger,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and accounts payable. I'm going to put in the date, check number 1517, and then the invoice number that we're paying, which is 1760. General Journal 6. And then it was for $1,560 in the credit column.
Credit column. Are we increasing our payable or?
Sorry. Right? We are paying it, so.
Mm-hmm. So exactly how you journalized it in your journal, you're gonna reflect it
How,
into.
right,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
So in this case, I debited my accounts payable, so I'm gonna debit it by
Debit in
1560.
this case, which brings that to $10,668.35.
Good.
Okay. And then we go to the assets and goes into checking. 17. Check number 1517. General Journal number 6. There's the credit for the 1560. Uh-oh.
We're bad.
Okay. So what I normally do is I go ahead and copy this information over on the credit side. And I just hide this information because my formula, I pulled it all the way down. So I don't want to change my formula. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this so it reflects that I have a negative balance. Now you can leave it in your debit as, in parentheses. But for the sake of accounting, how they like their formatting, I'm just gonna go ahead and just white it out. So the number's still there.
Okay.
It's just hidden now. And here it reflects that, oh, okay, look, I have a credit balance of $70.80. So I know I'm under by $70. Okay, but my formula here has not changed. So if I add another credit here, it's just gonna, recalculate. But yes, the number is still there. It's just hidden now. But yes, we wrote a insufficient check. So let's go see what happens next.
Someone's getting fired.
All right. So because we dealt with a vendor, what is
Going
next?
to the subsidiary.
Good.
And here's it again, LV. Oh, and we're there. So we are going to put in the date, the 17th, and check number 1517. And we don't need to put invoice because we're going to reflect that in the next column, right? So
Yeah, correct.
1760 is what we're paying.
Mm-hmm.
General journal number 6. And we'll just do today. So we go to the payment column and put in the 1560. And there you go. You owe them nothing now.
Yep. When we enter in our formula, it says that we made a payment, so a negative 1560, reflecting my grand total at the bottom to be 0. Good.
And then that is it.
Good. So now that we paid LV remodeling, what has happened next?
All right. Let's see. All right. So June 17th, Monday, Albert submits order number 101 for Katie's Coffee Corner. So looks like he sold 15 pounds of regular coffee, 10 pounds of Supreme coffee, and 20 ceramic mugs for a total of $189.05. He gave terms of 50% COD, net 5. Delivery is scheduled for the 19th of June. FOB, origination. I don't know what that is.
Freight
Meaning
on
it's,
board.
yeah, freight on board, meaning that it's at our location.
Got it. Via store, charges $30 for delivery, and so bringing the estimated total due to $219.05.
Okay, so what do we do with this actual order?
Well, we have to do a few things. Albert is going to get a commission.
Okay.
We also have to journalize the wholesale sale of it, and then we have to update our inventory.
Okay, so let's stop here. What's today's date?
The 17th,
When is it set out to be delivered?
the 19th.
So did this transaction happen at all?
No, it's an order number, so it's just like ours.
Yes.
Like it's sitting in the cart.
Yes, it's sitting in the cart. And so this is considered, when do we earn our revenues? The day we complete the task, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, we do not need to record this transaction because it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
And on top of that, it says 50% COD. We didn't receive any cash because it's upon delivery.
Okay.
So in this case, we don't need to record the sale for Katie's Coffee Corner yet. However, you did touch upon the commissions. What should you do for Albert?
I'm going to say that we need to go to the subsidiary list, and we need to go to commission expense,
Okay.
and we probably need to record that there's a possibility of an upcoming sale for him.
Correct. Because this is a purchase order, right? So right now, we're waiting for him to finally deliver to this person. So what can happen between him placing the order and him delivering?
The amount could change. They could increase or decrease the amount.
Correct. So this is for us to keep track of too. Is like, okay, well, if Albert's going to submit a purchase order or an order for somebody, our job is to make sure Albert completes the task. So here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to record the potential sale. Okay?
Okay.
So Katie's Coffee Corner. Katie's Coffee Corner. We're not going to put the date yet because he hasn't delivered it to them yet. So the invoice is still going to be 101, and the potential sales amount was for
$219.05, but no, because he can't get a percentage of the delivery charge. It would only be based off the sales, so it would be the $189.05, right?
okay. For in this case, we're just going to give him every penny that he can make. So we're going to include that delivery charge because that delivery charge is potentially what he's going to charge or what we decided that he's going to charge for delivering.
Okay.
So he's going to get the actual sale amount.
Okay.
Okay? And we're not going to calculate the 10% yet because what was the circumstance? He hasn't completed the task yet. So we can't technically give him 10% just yet. Possibility, maybe Katie might call, be like, oh, wait, can I add an extra pound? Or, oh, actually cancel my order. So if with that time being, all we're doing is the order is submitted, there could be a possibility of changes. If not, then we wait till the day happens and we make sure that Katie gets their order. Okay?
Mhm.
So now let's go ahead and take a look at our thing here because Katie hasn't, we haven't billed Katie yet. We don't need to do the subsidiary ledger. Okay? The transaction hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
All right. So then what has happened here?
Let's see here. We got the grand opening, 20% discount on all sales. So we have the daily sales summary as the regular coffee, medium coffee. The quantity is 79 cups. Total sales is $157.21. Supreme coffee, or in a medium coffee, is 81 cups for a total of $201.69. The subtotal was $358.90. A discount of 20% is $71.78. The sales tax at 8.25% was $23.69 for a total of $310.81. Deposit all cash sales to bank.
Okay.
Okay, so we will go to the journal.
Yes, we are.
And the date is still 17th. Okay, let's see here.
So I already gave you a hint here that these are all cash sales.
Sales, right. So they will all be categorized as sales.
Yes.
Because you have your sales, regular, supreme, ceramic, and so on. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one is sales of the regular coffee.
All right, I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
So, can you tell me what the normal balance of sales is?
What do you mean, the normal balance of sales?
Okay, so looking at an account type, what account type is sales?
It's a revenue.
It's a revenue. What is the normal balance of revenues?
Oh, the debit. I mean, the credit.
Credit. We're increasing our sales, right? We made a sale.
Yeah.
So therefore it's going to be secondary. It's going to be the last thing that you journalize is your sales.
Okay.
So you got you got the idea correct. So
Okay.
what is actually going to come first instead?
Hmm.
All right, I'll give you another hint.
Okay, thank you, because I'm stumbling here. I'm not sure. It's been a
What
little
did we
bit.
receive for these sales? What did we receive for these sales?
We received cash.
We received cash. Good.
Okay, so it's cash.
Do we have a cash account?
No.
No.
We have a register.
Okay, we have a register.
And petty cash. That's it. Not a cash account.
Okay, so we don't have a cash account. You only increase cash in the register if you're planning to increase the register. So where does the money go?
To the bank.
Bank. Good. So what account do we use to refer to the bank?
The checking.
Good. Okay, so checking is the first thing that you're going to recognize because we got cash sales.
Okay.
All right.
And so then the second column is sales.
Second
Well,
column.
the different, or underneath the debit or the credits will be the different sales, correct?
Correct.
Or no? Okay, so each category of those. So in checking is going to be the total amount of the 310.81.
310.81.
Right? Okay, so now it's going to be the sales for the regular copy.
Okay, so can you tell me the exact account?
Yes, that is the 40050.
Okay, I meant the account name. So sales what?
Regular copy. That's it.
All right, keep looking through your chart of accounts. Do we have something that's a little more specific? Okay, so remember when I mentioned above, I have two types of sales, right? I have one where I'm making coffee and I'm making them via sizes. So I have medium coffee cups, right?
Okay.
And then I sell coffee as a wholesale by selling by pound. Okay? So the sales regular coffee is going to be when I make sales by pound.
It's your bulk.
Yes.
So cost of goods sold.
No, because we're not doing cost of goods sold. We're focusing
sorry.
on the sales of transaction.
Sale.
Correct. So go ahead and keep reading the list under revenues.
Okay, so under revenues, it's sales first, just the regular.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's sales of regular coffee,
Mm-hmm.
sales of supreme coffee,
Mm-hmm.
sales of ceramic coffee mugs,
Mm-hmm.
sales medium regular coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what it is.
There you go.
Okay.
So it's going to be sales, medium,
Medium regular.
regular coffee. All right.
And that was 4,300. 4,300.
For what amount?
That is $157.21.
Okay.
Okay. And so the next one sales is Supreme Coffee Medium.
Medium supreme coffee.
And that's 405 or 404.50.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. All right over there?
Yep.
Okay, and that amount was $201.69.
20169. Okay.
Let's see here. Okay, so next we have to apply the discount.
Apply the discount. Okay.
Yes, but that goes in the debit column,
Yes.
right? Okay, so that is, let's see here. Here's discount. Where is it? Oh, sales discount, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sales discount, and that was 46,000 is the account number. And that's going to be the 7178. And then down below the sales Supreme Coffee, we are going to have the sales tax. And sales tax payable is under the liabilities column. It's 27,000 is the account number.
27,000. Okay.
Okay. And the amount of the tax is $23.69.
$23.69.
So, Okay, so both columns equal 382 and 59 cents.
Good. All right. Good job. That's good.
Okay, all right. And but now we have to do something else.
So what's my ending
Now we're
description
going
going
in
to
the
be?
Wayback Machine here. So sales, I feel like it was so long ago that we did sales stuff.
I mean, so let's
right.
go ahead and finish our description up here. So what do you want to say?
Oh, okay, right in there. So we, this was a grand opening sale.
Good. I'm going to be more specific. So this is an in-store sale. I mean, in-store, yeah, in-store sales. And why? What was the reason why we had a discount?
It's the grand opening.
It's the grand opening, right? To entice our people to come in. So we do 20%. Okay. Good.
Can I ask a question?
Go for it.
So the columns equaled 382.59,
Mm-hmm.
but our subtotal amount is 358.90.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two, what did you say it was? The 258.
382.59 is what the columns equaled, but our invoice or our thing shows a subtotal of sales of 358.90.
So 358.90 plus 23.69 is 382.59. So you're not, if you add the subtotal and the tax, it's 382.59. So you're
Yes.
taking away the 71.
Yes, so with that 71, right?
Oh, okay.
That 71 is your discount. So the 358.90 plus the tax is going to
Right.
give you the 382.
382.59, and then you take the 20% off, which is the 71.78, and that gives you
310.
the 310.81. Got it.
Yep, yep.
Sorry.
For a second I was like, "Wait, did I type this in wrong?"
Sorry.
I got it. No, no worries.
No
I
worries.
ask questions all the time. I ask questions all the time.
No worries. So good. So yes, so there you go. So if you add up the columns correctly, it should give you a grand total of the entire amount of sales, including everything that you've discounted for. So the column's going to reflect the cash amount that you received plus the discount that you gave, while the other side is your actual total sales that you've incurred with the tax. So yes. Okay. Good. So what do we do next?
Next, we have to, where am I? You go to the ledger
Okay, we can go to the ledger.
because we have revenue,
Yes, we do.
right?
Yes, we do.
So
So what's the first thing that you journalize first? I want you to practice putting in order because in this case we're dealing with multiple accounts. So there will be a possibility you may forget one or the other.
let's see here. All right, so we'll start with checking.
We'll start with checking.
Oh, oops, go there. 17th.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to deposit into
We're
the checking, right?
going to deposit, but did we?
Okay. Oh, no, we didn't yet. Okay. So get out of there.
Okay.
So let's, hold on a second. Deposits.
Yep, we're gonna go to deposits.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so the last time I actually had cash in my hands was on June 4th. So let's see what happened here because I just had a cash sale. And how much cash did I actually receive?
$310.81.
And 81 cents. So 310.81.
17th.
And we're gonna deposit it that very day because I have a negative bank account, a bank number. So I want to make sure I deposit every penny as soon as I receive it. So here you go. I'm going to go ahead and deposit for the full amount of 310.81. Okay? Now, for sure, it's going to go in my bank account. Okay? So now I can go to my ledger and actually say that yes, I actually deposited the money into the bank.
So we went on 6/17.
Mm-hmm.
And here we're just stating it as a deposit.
You can either do the deposit or you could be more specific and say, well, where did this money come from?
Okay, so would you just, you're putting the day, so would you put it's the grand opening sale or coffee sales or?
I just put sales
Okay.
because that's where I generated this income and now I'm depositing it in there. So I just put, you can do whatever you like. If you want to be more specific, grand opening sale. In this case, it's just sales. That's the only thing I have going on for revenue is just sales. I don't sell anything else. So sales is pretty reflects what this was. So what journal am I on?
Journal number 6.
Journal number 6.
In the column for the 310.81.
310.81.
Brings us back up to $240.73.
Okay, so good.
Now, all right, so now will we go to revenues?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, all right, well, we're not doing it in the sales. We're going to do it in each of these categories.
Correct.
So let's see, the first one was 300. Okay. All right, so there we're going to put the date, and that is the medium regular coffee, and that was, are we going to put 79 cups? Do you put that kind of information?
That would definitely be pertinent to your sales, yes.
Would you reflect anything else on there or just the 79 cups? I'm feeling like since it's already at the medium coffee, we just needed to know how many cups, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then the general journal number 6. And that amount is the 157.21. And that is in the credit column.
Yes.
then the next one is going to be the 40450.
Yeah, so I forgot to cut out this
Oh,
table out here, so you can go ahead and scroll down and find the medium supreme coffees.
wait, what's the account number?
I think it's got the wrong account number.
Oh, okay, that's why I'm looking at hers on the screen. Is it 40450? Or is it,
It says 500 on our sheet.
Okay, yeah, so this one, this is
I'm
supposed to
gonna
be
just
for,
fix it on mine.
yeah, it's supposed to be 450. Yeah, 450.
oh,
Got it.
and it's, okay.
So I must have done a typo here, so 450. Yeah. Because if you scroll back down, if you scroll down, I think I left the large supreme coffee for also for 400 and 4050. 4500. So yeah, this is supposed to be 450.
All right. And then 617, and here we're going to put 81 cups.
Nope.
General journal number 6. And the credit amount is $201.69. All right, and let's see here. But we still have to go, I think, to liabilities to show the sales tax as well.
Okay, so liability, sales tax. It should be one of the last few
Let's see, it's
thing here.
27.
Yep.
617. I don't know what you put in the item, just, I mean, we know it's sales tax, but are we stating that it was for the sale of coffee or,
When do we charge sales tax?
every time we make a sale?
And what is our sales? So here, you don't need to write anything because we already know what our core business is. We sell coffee.
Right.
So
That's what I asked. So
yeah,
that's-
you don't need to put anything in here. You don't need to put the date because the date's already there. And you know that tax is only charged in store. So there's no need to write in store sales either. It's pretty straightforward. You don't need to have a note or something written in every single table. It's whatever makes it easier for you to remember what happened here. Okay, so in this case, I don't need to have it.
Right.
Post reference.
This is Journal 6, and then the credit column for the 2369.
2369.
Okay, and let's see here, where, okay, Okay, so we still have to do, sorry, go back to the revenue, because we still have to do the discount, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that is 4,600, or, yeah, 46,000. Okay, the date. So here I will put, this is the grand opening, 20% discount on in-store sales, or,
Good.
okay,
Right? Because you could have possibilities where it's a holiday. That's why you would give a discount. Right? So for example, right now we're in there is no holidays in June, but I'm just saying for future, you could have a Christmas sale. All coffee is 25% off, or buy one get one free. Anything like that. Okay.
Journal 6, and this is going to be in the debit column for the $71.78.
71.78.
All right, so I think, sure you'll tell me. I think I'm done,
Yes, you're done.
because there's nothing for the subsidiary.
Nope, nothing for the subsidiary. You don't know who your customers are. They're just random strangers. All right, good. That's it. So again, rule of thumb, as we saw that you kept going back and forth. So usually, what I do is, I know I was kind of scared you were going to miss that sales discount account.
Right, yeah, I
So
was trying to look, make sure I got every category in each side, so I was like, okay.
okay, so yeah, so how I usually do it for those who are beginners is do it in the order that you journalize it. So I don't know if you're journalizing exactly how I am doing it.
Yes, yes, I am,
So yeah, so then I would have gone to checking first, sales discount, and then sales medium, sales regular, and then sales tax payable.
no,
Just so then I ensure I don't forget an account.
yeah, no, I get it, yeah, it makes perfect sense, so I'm not sure why I skipped over the sales discount, but okay. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Totally.
What if eventually when you do this long enough, you'll start memorizing the account numbers and be like, well, I'll do
Right.
this first. I'll do my sales first, sales this, and then sales discount, and then I'll go to my sales tax payable. Or I can go my assets first, then my sales tax payable because it's in order from assets, liabilities, etc., etc. But that's only given that you've done this long enough that you're able to recognize those, accounts and not
Gotcha.
be able to skip around and be able to come back to it and memorize that you've done it or not. So good. Now that you completed that transaction, we are done with this transaction. We've already deposited our money into the bank. All right. So what has happened next?
It says in-store use,
Mm-hmm.
regular coffee, 50 pounds, and supreme coffee, 7 pounds. Record on inventory worksheet.
Okay, so we have an inventory worksheet problem that we need to update. Okay. So I've given to you the exact measurements of how many pounds I used. So let's go ahead and go into the inventory worksheet just to check it out first and understand how we're going to compute this cost of goods sold. Okay.
All right.
So again, here I have my infamous cost of goods sold section. So what do I do here?
So I'm gonna start with the regular coffee.
Okay.
You're gonna put the date in,
Okay.
6/17. And then because we sold it, we're gonna record it under the cost of goods sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be regular coffee was, my goodness, 6.5 pounds.
6.5 pounds. Good.
So 6.5. And we're gonna look at our cost of what we have on hand. It cost us $1.60
Good.
a pound.
Good.
So we're gonna put that in for the cost of item.
Mm-hmm.
And oops, this is gonna be equals this. The multiplication. How come I don't see the multiplication sign on here? I know it's that little asterisk thing.
Yes. So if you're using a regular keyboard, if you have a number pad, it's going to be located at the very top of your 7. If I mean your 8.
8, got it. Okay.
If not, then you might have to do shift. Shift.
I got it.
Okay.
I found it. Yeah, you were right. It's on the number thing.
Okay. Perfect.
It was there. Okay, so it came to a total cost of 10.4.
Good. $10.40. So remember, this is in terms of dollars. Now, I will show you this. Now, in case let's say this was a longer number than that, then you can go ahead and apply the equal round number, because remember, when we are going to journalize the total cost, we can't do a tenth of a penny, right? You have to have a rounded number, especially when you're dealing with moving average, right? So, because this number is a rounded number already, if you expand it, it's going to be 1.6000000. It's evenly distributed already. So, in this case, I did not apply my equal round formula. So, I'm able to still get a rounded number because my cost per item is already rounded. So when we come into a cross, when we start calculating and seeing that our cost per item starts changing and starts becoming longer and longer, that's when we're going to start entering in equal round for our cost of goods sold. Okay? So good. Now we know it's $10.40. So how are
I have
you
one
going?
question. So
Yes.
sorry, hold on. I don't know why my Excel sheet isn't working on this. It's working everywhere else, but it will not allow me to do a formula. It even when I try to move the decimals, it just yells at me. It
Okay,
says
what does it say?
it's just making a sound.
Okay, so did you enter in anything previous? Like you have the 125 in there? Like were you
Everything
able?
is in there from the other day,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And so yeah, I had put in the quantity and and in the cost column it's 1.6, and I'm trying to make it, with the decimals,
Uh-huh.
and it keeps doing that bloom bloom
Okay,
noise.
so it's probably you're doing something that's not correct. So you might be either um, trying to fix or format the cell, and it's not allowing you to do it because it's not a correct formation. So what I usually do is I do Control Z, which is undo,
Okay.
until you can start entering information in. So press your enter key as much as you can to see if your cell is moving. And do you still hear that sound?
Now it's moving, so
Okay,
but it wouldn't even let me delete the cost. It was so until I just did that Control Z. So now I want to put in the cost of the item
good.
now, but it's still taking away the 0.
That's fine. You can always format it. Just make sure you press enter first to make sure
Gotcha.
that
So
it's inputted.
now it's doing it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Like why?
don't worry.
All right. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt the whole.
No, you're good.
We're all
But
learning together.
if we're gonna learn this, I gotta have it right. So
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
okay. So my apologies. I am good now.
Okay, so you got the 1040.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's go ahead and update our inventory while we're already here.
Right. Okay. So we have to go to the inventory on hand column, and we have to minus out the 6.5 pounds from the 125, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then our cost is going to be $10.40 that it equaled. Oops. Oh, why did it add it together? Oh, gosh darn it.
Okay, so no real formula is necessary here. You want to make sure that you use the symbols to just enter in a regular form, like a standard formula. There is no like extra words you got to put in here. So
Okay.
explain to me, what did you do again? So you took your 125 and you just minus out the $6.50.
Well, it's not dollars, it's pounds.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, pounds. You took the 125 pounds minus the 6.5 pounds.
Yep.
So what is your new quantity now?
118.5 pounds.
Okay, so did you place it into the same exact line as your original one, or did you create another line for it?
No, I put it in the same line. I just took it across.
Okay. All right, so that's what you want to do. Okay, so that's fine. So if you do
Is that
that,
okay?
yeah, that's okay. The reason why I ask is because if you're gonna do it that way, you cannot copy your cost per item from that column
Right.
because you're gonna be constantly changing
Yeah,
that
I
number.
figured it.
So
Because it's a
yes,
moving average, yeah.
yes. So with that being said, I mean, I would recommend you do it on a separate line
Okay,
because
that's fine.
because if you're going to reference that specific number using the column on the inventory on hand, you will it will start messing up as soon as you start messing with that row. So I would
Okay.
recommend you to undo everything, so make it go back to 125.
Uh-huh.
All right, and I want you to
Uh-huh.
do on the second line, so right underneath it, I want you to do your calculations there. So what I did was, in my quantity, I took go back. So for my quantity, I equaled it 125 minus my 6.5.
So you're going to go and then you're going to click on the 125, right?
Correct? Mm-hmm.
125 minus sign. And then we're going to go over it and we're going to click on our quantity on the next line below
Correct.
and hit equal.
The 6.5.
Got it. All
So
right,
now you
perfect.
have
I
the
have the
18.
same as you.
Okay,
Yep.
good. So now the next one is, how do you solve for the total cost?
Uh, well, I was going to take the 200 and
Good.
minus the 1040.
Good.
So equal
Mm-hmm.
the 200 and then minus sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to click on the 1040.
Correct.
Enter, which gives us 189.60.
All right. And then now your cost per item column on your inventory on hand, that little middle one, is going to
Uh-huh.
be your formula, because now we're doing moving average. We need to always update the cost per item. We always need to calculate our average cost per item. So this is where your formula is going to be. You're going to take your new total, which was the 189.60, and you're going to divide it by your new quantity of 118.5.
And hit enter,
Mm-hmm.
which leaves us still at $1.60 a piece.
Okay, so good. It leaves us still there, but as soon as we make a purchase of something, or as soon as we keep making sales, that number should always will change as soon as you make a new purchase. Okay, so
But
good.
we have to drag that down, right?
The
So you
formula
drag that
here,
down.
yep, if
Yeah.
you like, you can definitely drag that down. That is definitely something that's going to be very, very useful for you, is to, instead of having it doing it all the time, you're going to drag that all the way down. So with that being said, it should give you like an error message. That's because you don't have anything in those boxes. So with that being said, when I do this, what I like to do is I like to just blur out or blank out my top one, just so that I know that I don't have that anymore. So there you go. I
Oh,
blur
yeah.
out the top. I mean, the number is still there, and that's the great thing about that is that I can always make a reference when it comes to the cost per item because I know that every sale I make and every purchase I make, that number is going to constantly be changing. So I want to make sure that if I'm going to be sell referencing it, that I leave it the way it is. Okay, so there you go. Good. Okay, so I sold 6.5 for $10.40, and I should have remaining now $189.60 in my inventory. And we'll talk about what happens when you actually update it in your ledger. So good. What about Supreme Coffee?
Let's see. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put the date.
Mm-hmm.
And our quantity on this one was under cost sold was 7 pounds.
7 pounds. Good.
And this is a first in, first out. So we're going to look at our $1.80 is what it cost us per item because we only have one bat,
Mm-hmm.
giving us a total of $12.60 for our total cost.
Okay, good. Now for this one, because our cost per item is going to stay the same, but you want to be very careful, especially when you have one of those long numbers. But in this case, we have an even number. So all we have to do is come here and just change the quantity. So what is 125 minus 7?
125 minus 7 gives us 118.
118. So what's going to happen is it's going to automatically calculate your total because we need to keep our cost per item the same.
This,
Okay, so
this, giving us a total of $212.40.
correct. Okay. So now that we updated our inventory, what's next?
So this was not actually a sale. It was used in the store to brew the coffee. So it said we had to go to a worksheet. It said, where do we have to go? Record on inventory worksheet.
We already did that.
That's what we just did. So do we have to make a conversion on our journal with it?
When do we use a conversion entry?
Well, I mean, that's not the right word. Do we have to record it on our journal?
What kind of inventory are we using?
2 different methods. Well, let me see.
Specifically, what method are we using for these coffees? For tracking method.
Perpetual.
Perpetual. So what do we know about perpetual inventory?
It's constantly updating.
Correct. And for journal purposes, what is
There's
necessary?
no conversion because it's always being updated.
Good. But what was the column that we actually used to calculate how much we got rid of?
Our cost of goods sold.
Good. So do we need to record that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So let's go ahead and go to our chart of accounts and tell me, do we have a cost of goods sold?
I'm sure we do. Let's
Of course we do.
50,000.
Good. 50,000 for cost of goods sold what? Oh wait, I mean that's the main account. Okay, so okay, let's keep looking down. What's the broken accounts that belong under cost of goods sold?
So this is going to be, we're talking about the cost of materials.
Correct. But in this case, we're just doing the cost of goods sold for the coffee. We'll talk about the cost of materials, and that's going to be an adjusting entry towards the very end. So that one we don't.
So we're gonna, go ahead.
So we will talk about cost of materials later on, but right now we just calculated our cost of goods sold.
Okay. So it's going to be the 51,200.
Okay, so cost. What's the account number? What's the account name?
COM-medium coffee cups.
Okay, so we talked about we will calculate our cost of
Oh,
materials later.
it's the cost of goods sold. I see it regular. So it's the 50,050.
Good. Okay, so regular coffee.
Sorry.
No worries.
Mhm.
50, 150. All right. What else did we calculate besides the regular coffee?
We also did the Supreme.
Yes, we also did the cost of goods sold for the Supreme.
Is 50,100.
Yes, 5,100. Yes, Supreme coffee. So 5,100. Right? Now I have a question for you is when we say we're going to update our inventory, what do we do? Where are we taking this cost of goods sold out of?
Uh, we are taking it out of our expense account, right? Isn't it coming out of expenses?
The cost of goods sold is an expense. Okay, no, I'm talking about my credit. Where am I taking this $12.60 out from?
On the column? Is that what you're asking?
No.
Like which column am I putting in?
Okay, so not the column. Okay, so let's first go ahead and enter in the information for the cost of goods sold. Okay, so let's do that first, and then I'll ask the question after. Okay, so the first
Go
one
to the
is
other account.
yes. Where are we taking? Yeah, that's the question I'm asking. Is where are we? What account are we going to be taking out this cost of goods sold from?
Uh,
Okay, so for example, my cost of goods sold, I calculated my cost of goods sold to be for the regular coffee to be $10.40, right?
mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna journalize my debit as $10.40. Okay,
Mhm.
now what account am I going to credit to, even out my
Right. It's
accounts?
not sales because we didn't sell it.
We didn't sell it. Good.
I'm looking. I'm looking. There was
Where am I taking this 6.5 pounds out from?
from your inventory.
From your inventory, and specifically, what is my inventory item that I am taking the 6.5 pounds out of?
You're going to take it out of your regular coffee
You
inventory and your Supreme coffee inventory.
correct. There you go. There you go.
I had to look at the chart of accounts. I was getting there.
No
You're just
worries.
asking.
No, that's the whole point. Is I'm not gonna leave you astray. I'm gonna ask you the question so you understand where these accounts are coming from instead of like so. We learned this in chapter 8, 7 and 8, right? This is exactly what we're doing now. We're applying it to a real life scenario. Okay, so now I sold coffee. I have perpetual inventory. So what do I need to do? I need to do the cost of goods sold. So here I'm applying this concept right now. In order to do my cost of goods sold, what am I doing? I need to take it out from somewhere. And because perpetual inventory is constantly updating inventory, if you sold something, do you still have those 6.5 pounds left?
No.
No, you already used it. It's gone. So that's why we have to update our inventory for regular coffee and for our Supreme coffee.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So I believe regular coffee, the account is.
I have it right here. Hang on 1 second. Regular coffee is 12,020.
And my Supreme coffee?
Sorry, I'm typing it into. And then the other one is I think 40.
Yep.
Yeah, 12,040.
Good. So I know for sure if I'm going to be calculating my cost of goods sold for my regular coffee, I've already calculated that I'm going to subtract $10.40. So therefore, I'm going to take $10.40 from my inventory, which in fact we already did right here. Now our new amount in our inventory should be reflecting as $189.60. Okay? And we'll talk about that when we enter that into our ledger. So how much did I calculate for my cost of goods sold for my Supreme coffee?
$12.60.
Good. So I'm going to go ahead and update this for $12.60. And of course, I'm also going to be taking that $12.60 out from my inventory, which we have already done in our inventory worksheet.
Right.
Okay? So now, next is what? Oh, actually, let's finish up our
We have to
little
make a note.
description. Yeah, make a little note. All right. I'm going to go ahead and give this one to you. All right. I want you to reflect this as in-store use. Okay. Why? We didn't sell it. You're correct on there, but we did open up the bags and use it. All right. So in order to make enough coffees to make 81 cups, we used 7 pounds. All right. For the other one, for 71 cups, we use 6.5 pounds. All right. And that's how I'm going to measure, I can look and count how many bags I used, right? So there you go. In-store use is what I'm going to put my description as. All right. So what comes next?
Now we go to the general ledger,
Correct.
and we are going to go to our coffees, which are our under assets, right?
Okay, so you want to do your coffees first?
Let me go. I want to go in order. So I'm going to go to the cost of goods sold
Okay.
and do the dealer and the Supreme. So
Perfect. Okay, so here, first thing is going to be your cost of goods sold account. That's your main account. If I scroll down, here's my first account for my regular coffee. So 617. I'm going to make a note that I used 6.5 pounds. Okay, that's my cost of goods sold. General journal number 6. And it cost me $10.40 to use. Oop, back up. Too far down. Oh, nope, now too far up. Okay. Excel's not liking me right now. All right, let's do it again. So let's highlight. Okay, good. That's good enough. And format. All right. So I already indicated that I used up $10.40 worth of regular coffee. What about my Supreme coffee?
it was $12.
Mm-hmm.
Use $12 and 60 cents.
Right. We used a total of 7 pounds, general journal number 6, which cost me a total of $12.60. Good. All right. So now.
All right. Now we're going to go to our assets
Mm-hmm.
and look for our regular coffee and our Supreme coffee.
Okay. So here I am, regular coffee. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to indicate the same note. I used 6.5 pounds of regular coffee. Michelle, you're still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
All right,
I'm
sorry.
typing with you. Sorry.
Okay, I thought you lost
Do
connection.
you think I hung up on you?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so so used 6.5 pounds. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Yep.
still on our general journal number 6.
6.
Okay. But this time we're gonna credit our account
Okay.
by $10.40. Okay. If you have your formula, how much should you have left in your regular coffee inventory account?
What's this? Plus this minus this. 189.60
$189.60. And where can we find this exact number?
on our inventory worksheet.
On your inventory worksheet. So this is your reference point here to make sure that you do your calculations correct. Okay, so here my inventory worksheet matches with my well, not this one, my regular one says that I should have 189.60 left, and that's exactly what we calculated in our ledger. So this is your reference point to make sure that when you do your calculations for your cost of goods sold, that your ledger should reflect the same. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. So now that I have my 89.60, what is next?
So we're going to go down to the next one, which is the Supreme Coffee. And this one we used 7 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
6,
Mm-hmm.
12, 1260, right?
Mm-hmm.
1260 was our total, yeah. It's gonna go. This is this. Gives us a total of 212.40.
Good. 212.40, and guess what? It matches our Supreme Coffee here. 212.40. Yay. So that's how you can test the accuracy of your own accounting. So now that it is exactly 4:30, I think I'm gonna stop here for today to let you guys go for your weekend. So when we continue the next portion, we're gonna start on a brand new day for June 18. Okay, so this is where I'm stopping. So good job, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend. Again, journal number 7 is due this Sunday. So now that we've learned a lot, am I right? You have a lot of content to post. So with that being said, we'll see you next week, Monday at 1:30.